this unboxing video, I haven't done any sort of non-gaming, it's kind of gaming, but you know, kind of what I would call real life ASMR videos in a while. The reason being that I've just been really swamped with work, and these videos always take a lot longer to make than my other videos, so obviously there's the whole recording setup and process, and then the editing and getting everything ready on top of it. So even though they're generally a lot shorter than my gaming videos, the overall time is a lot more, and I just didn't have that time recently. Anywho, also the setup took a lot longer on this one because literally as I was doing it, my tripod broke. So maybe the next unboxing video I'll do is on another tripod because that was really annoying. So I've got some ghetto set up here to try to record, which is why the angles might not be the greatest, but I'll do my best with what I've got. So what have we got in front of us? Well, as you probably already saw, it's a HyperX alloy FPS gaming keyboard. Those of you who have been watching my channel for a while or are very dedicated watchers of my videos will know that I had a gaming keyboard a while back. When I say gaming, I mean mechanical. It was a Corsair, it probably was K65, I think, and I spilled tea over it, as well as my mouse at the time, which is probably the most English thing anyone could possibly do, and it broke it, and my mouse as well, which was a Razer. God, I've forgotten what it's called now. It's the one with the loads of buttons on it. Anyway, luckily I had another mouse, which was exactly the same model. I got it free, and I was just using it. Well, I wasn't even using it. I hadn't even taken it out of the box. I got it free when I brought something off the Razer store, and it came free with it or something like that. Razer store's pretty good for things like that. You should keep an eye out if you're looking to redo your peripherals. But the only keyboard I had was my old Microsoft Sidewinder, which is a really good, cheap keyboard if you're interested in something like that. It's decent actually. Let me just see, I've got it here because it's still like technically plugged in. I can try and not break anything while I grab it. Okay, there we go. This is it. It actually doesn't look too different. It's very dirty though, but it's a non-mechanical, so it's just membrane type keyboard, and it's very old. I've had that for donkey's years. It's pretty cool though because it's like a Microsoft keyboard. Obviously, you know, it's fully compatible with Windows. All the media keys work, and it does actually light up red as you see there. But I decided to pick up a new gaming keyboard. I've been meaning to do it for a while. This was like 6 months back that I broke my other keyboard, so I've been meaning to do it for a while. I just hadn't really decided which one I wanted or what I wanted from it really. So I went with the alloy FPS you see here, which is by the company HyperX. I actually have some headphones by them as well, which are really cool. I think they're the Revolver, HyperX Revolvers, and these had good reviews, pretty much. But what I kind of liked most about it was the fact that it was a kind of it wasn't too big. So something like a Corsair, I've got what it is now, K70, 75, something like that, is probably technically a better keyboard, but it's massive, you know, and those like Razer keyboards as well, they're huge, and I don't have a lot of real estate on my desk. It's not a huge desk, so I don't want a keyboard which is going to take up loads. I also wanted something which wasn't too clicky. So I know that within the ASMR genre, keyboard clicking and stuff like that is, you know, something people really like. Personally, I don't mind it, but I think as a video on its own, it's fine. But I think if it starts to infect, shall we say, the other videos, if I'm playing a game and all you can hear is the keyboard clicking and not the game sounds or me, at a low volume and all you can hear is the clicking, that I could find that a little bit annoying. So I wanted something which is a little bit quieter. This has Cherry MX Brown switches, which are the quietest of the Cherry MX switches. And I thought I'd just go through today very simply, unboxing. We'll have a look at what's inside the box, as well as just a chat about mechanical keyboards, because people often, people want to get a mechanical keyboard, but they don't know why. What is the difference of mechanical keyboard to just say a regular membrane keyboard, which is what my Microsoft Sidewinder is and stuff like that. So yeah, first off, I guess let's crack into it and take a look. I'm just going to find where I put my knife because it's still got little tabs on the side. So excuse me if the camera angle's a little bit wonky when we do this. Now I buy my PC stuff from a company called Overclockers here in the UK. You can see the back here as well. You can see it's got a charging port on the back. It's not a pass-through, which means you can't, say, plug a controller into it and then use that or something like that. But that doesn't worry me because I have a USB hub nearby as well. Does it come with a case as well, maybe? Yeah, so I buy my stuff from a company called Overclockers in the UK. They're an online store, but they do have a physical store. But it's a long way away. It's in Newcastle, I think. I've used them for years, and they're really good. I like to think of them as the John Lewis of computer parts. So, for those outside the UK, you might not know what John Lewis is, but it's basically a department store in the UK which pride themselves on customer service, delivery, everything like that. So they use their own delivery drivers who work for John Lewis. They don't use external companies. They provide excellent customer service and guarantees and warranty. Their stuff is usually a little bit more expensive than if you got it from, say, a much cheaper retailer. So I think I paid £99 for this keyboard, and I think I could get it for about 95, maybe 92. If I really looked around in sales, it would be a lot less, but I don't worry too much about that. But those few extra pounds that you're paying for, peace of mind and guarantees, and I've used them before. Back when I had my graphics card, I pre-ordered a 1080 through. Can't remember what it was. I think it was an ASUS one, and it kept getting pushed back. It wasn't their fault. It was the release of it kept getting pushed back. So I just sent them an email and said, "Hey, can I just switch it over to this one?" And they were like, "Yeah, we got it in the post for you. It's going to be with you tomorrow." And I was like, "Wow." No extra charge, nothing, just that simple. So I've always found them to be really good. Obviously, totally up to you, whoever you want to use. If you use a company who's really good, then go for it. But they're my recommendation. I'm not in any way affiliated or sponsored by them either. I pay full price for my goods. Kind of wish I was though, but might be a bit late now. Anywho, so yeah, you can see it's got the kind of braided cables. It's got some nice kind of coloured keycaps for the WASD, the WASD, as you can just see through there. And as I said, it's got a USB charging port on it, which is actually quite useful because I can charge my phone through it without having to get Windows pop-up messages all the time asking if I want to transfer my media over, which I don't. Windows, get the hint, I don't. If I didn't want to do it the first 100 times, I don't want to do it the next 100 times. So some of the little features I guess we've got here. It says space-saving, minimalistic design for FPS gameplay while maintaining full functionality. I think in reality it's not crazy smaller. It just doesn't have the faff around the edges, if that makes sense. Which you get. It doesn't have a wrist rest or anything, which I'm okay with. I'll see whether or not maybe I need to purchase another one, but I'm okay with that. Solid steel frame it's got for long-lasting durability and stability. Nice. Convenient USB charge port for mobile phones. As I said, it's actually quite useful. It's not a selling point for me, but it's a nice, useful little thing. Retractable mini USB braided cord. Reduces bulk and protects against cable damage. Anybody who knows me will know I am terrible with cable damage. Okay, that is like my middle name. The amount of cables I break, so anything that can help is good. Coloured textured keycaps give maximum control and enhanced feel for FPS gamers. You can already see as I showed before, the coloured keycaps there. And easy to carry travel pouch, protects and stores accessories. I don't intend on travelling with it. I don't go to LAN parties or anything. But hey, it's there. And game mode disables a Windows key to prevent accidental game interruptions. That's actually pretty useful because I have done that a few times. So yeah, can we just see on the side here? Just says Cherry MX mechanical gaming key switches. So Cherry are a manufacturer of keyboard switches, or keyboards themselves as well, but they're the oldest keyboard manufacturer in the world. I think it's like 1937, something like that, they started making keyboards. Yeah, they know what they're doing. This is the English UK one, so your at symbol and stuff like that will be different to how it is in the US. Okay, let me try and work out how the heck we get into this. Is it one of those? Oh, it's one of those ones where it pushes out. Okay. Alright. That's fine. Once we show you the keyboard, I'll go through a little bit about what mechanical switches are and what they do, and why people kind of rave on about them. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Again, excuse the kind of slightly wonky camera angle. Okay, first things first, you probably got it upside down. Okay, so that's the kind of mesh travel pouch it's talking about. It's actually pretty nice, to tell you the truth. Just kind of see it there. It's obviously, whilst it's got a little pouch here for things, and a little drawstring on the end there as well. That's pretty nice. Not sure I'll ever use that personally. Maybe I'll put it on the top to protect it from dust or stuff like that when I'm not using it. Next up we have some HyperX stuff, and I have HyperX RAM, a HyperX SSD, and I have these headphones here, which are the Revolver, I think they're called. I've actually got them just here, so let me see if I can show you them. There they are. They're really nice though. Really, really good headphones. Exceptionally comfortable. I used to have a pair of Razer headphones. They were not comfortable, let me tell you. Those are super comfortable. I can wear them for hours and not even worry about it. And the sound quality is superb. I think it came first, or at least second, in like PC Gamers Roundup, which is pretty cool. Then we have a keyboard overview, I guess, just tells you what certain things do. It's your manual basically, I guess. Function keys tells you how to use those. I'll give a read of it later. I'm not a big person for using macro keys or anything like that, so it doesn't really worry me too much. Then we have the actual keyboard itself here. That's a nice looking keyboard. It's got a little bit of weight to it as well, but it's more of a reassuring weight than a, oh god, that's really heavy. And I like the fact that it feels like there's no like bump around the edges or anything like that. It's nice. And you can kind of hear with the switches. I don't know if maybe you can hear them. I'll put it close to the thing. So there's not that clicky sound. That's the Cherry MX Brown. That's what that does. Let me compare that to a clicky mechanical keyboard sound. There we go. As you can tell, nice that it's still the cables are like nicely braided as well. You should expect that though if you're going to pay £100 for a keyboard. You want braided cables and things like that. Like, don't settle for less than that. It's nice that they're also in they're kind of like red and black of this style. What the hell's going on here? So I've got, that's weird, it's a cable, we just got another USB cable off it. Where does that go to? It's got little pictures on it. Oh, it's a charger. Oh no, one goes into PC, one goes, I don't know where. It's weird. Maybe one's for PC, one's for like to power the lights of it, and then it's just got a normal thing. But that's aside for now. And then last but not least, I guess, we have the I don't know if that'll just focus in on that, but we have the keycaps. So I'll definitely put those on. I think that's pretty useful. They're quite nicely textured as well, and it's got the little keycap thing on it as well, which will allow you to remove them easily. I don't know how easily, but supposedly easily. Actually, let's put that there, maybe, and then we can kind of put this, extend the legs. They make a quite a loud click, so we can kind of just have a look. Trying to see how best to do this. Okay, seems to be kind of stable-ish there. You can just see my monitor, my second monitor in the background there as well. So, mechanical switches. Why would you want mechanical switches over membrane switches? So, on a kind of standard keyboard, which you might have on just a standard desktop PC, you might use it at work, at school, on your laptop, that type of thing. It has a membrane, and pushing the key down will press the membrane down, which will activate the switch. Now, the difference in a mechanical switch is when you push the switch down, it activates. The click is where it kind of activates that, so it's not pushing down a membrane. It's literally like click, and it will hit the toggle that you've pressed the key. The good thing about that is that is super accurate. So a membrane can actually be inaccurate if you've ever used one of those before, and then you're typing. If you type pretty fast, you may notice that every now and then there might be a mistake, even though you're sure you pressed a letter or something like that. Generally, these keys are a lot easier to activate. There's a lot less, well, depending on which ones you get, there's different travel distances for the key to activate. Travel distance meaning how far you have to push the key down in order to activate it, and different resistant forces of how much pressure you have to apply. And within professional gaming esports, which I am obviously a part of, that is a joke, by the way. I'm not, but within kind of like not just first-person gaming, but any sort of game where you use a keyboard, making sure you hit the right key at the right time is vitally important in a game. And like, don't get me wrong, if you're just casually playing games, stuff like that, then it's absolutely fine. But I'm intending upon getting Destiny for PC coming out soon. I'll have to use a keyboard and mouse for that. I might as well get the practice in now, right? So yeah, that's basically why it's more accurate. It can be quicker as well to activate. So if you're moving around and stuff like that, generally it feels a bit nicer. As I said, my Sidewinder actually feels pretty good. It's kind of a nice membrane one, and some people just plain don't like the cherry switches or whatever. Cherry, as I said before, are generally they're known as the best keys you can get. Razer do their own variation of it, which are not bad. But generally most keyboard manufacturers of mechanical keyboards will use cherry switches. They're just known as the best. They come in, they're called different colours, so like black and red and blue and things like that, and they do different things. They have different sounds, they have different actuation points, and really it's about what is best for you. So I went for brown, obviously, because it doesn't have that click. A lot of people like that click, and I might be like, oh no. Brown will sacrifice, because it doesn't have that click, it kind of dampers it a little bit. It will sacrifice a little bit of the speed and precision, a little bit, tiny amount, but it will also make it a bit nicer to type with, and I do quite a lot of typing, and so that's nice as well for me, basically. So yeah, that's pretty much a look at what it does. What I might do is get it all set up and get it connected and turn it on, and then we can have a look at how it looks when it's all lit up, and I'll change the keycaps over and we'll see how they look. So I guess I'll be back in just a moment. Hey everybody, we're back. So I got it all plugged in, everything like that. I'm just holding the camera now, so you have to excuse me if it's a little unsteady. I turn the lights out so you can see the glow of the keyboard. It's pretty cool. It's only in red. It's not, full RGB or anything like that. Honestly, obviously do whatever you want, but I like the red and RGB I have on other stuff. I never play around with it, so it would be a waste of money to just go for it. I think there is an full RPG version, but it's like 20 quid more, something like that. I put on the red keycaps, very, very easy to remove. I'll turn the lights on and show you that, and show you underneath in just a moment, but I thought you might want to see it kind of semi in the dark anyway on there, and had a quick kind of type test with it, shall we say, and very happy actually. Feels really nice to control. One point which I guess might be important is that the double USB cable that I said, oh, it's got like two. You have to connect both. So you have to connect it takes two USB ports, which is interesting. So if you do have a problem with number of USB ports, something like that, then obviously bear that in mind. It's not a problem for me. I've got a hub, so it's got like 10 ports on it, of which I use 3, so it's not a problem. But yeah, there it is. Let me just turn off my monitor, because that is providing some light, and then we'll see what it's like fully on the dark. I don't know how well my camera will pick this up though. There we go. Wow. That's pretty cool. But you might not be able to see it, but I can see every single letter very, very clearly in the dark with this lit up as well. My mouse as well is just lit up nicely there. But yeah, that's pretty cool actually. As I said, I'm not one for multicolour displays or patterns. I don't genuinely believe anybody uses that, other than like the first hour they have the keyboard, but I generally just set on a colour and then go with that. But yeah, that's the way it is. So yeah, I'll turn the lights back on in a sec. We'll be back, and I will show you how easy it is. Just take the key out and stuff like that, and a switch underneath. So back in a second. Okay, so lights are on. Once again, I'm having to hold the camera because I haven't got a tripod, so bear with me on that one. And let's have a look at how easy it is to move a switch. So basically, you push that down, you hear the click, and then I'm trying to do that one-handed, but you do it two normally. It's that easy. That's how you take out the switch. You can see the little LED underneath it. So each key's individually lit with an LED. I think I said about my Sidewinder before. That's not the case with that. It's got like LED strips, so not every key's individually lit. So you would expect every key to be individually lit. To be fair, on a higher quality keyboard. And then there's the little switch. So you can press it. See, there's no click. But that's the literal mechanical switch to press down. And then literally just putting the key back is super easy. They're plastic keycaps, they're not metal. Even the ones which are kind of made to look a little bit metally are not metal. You can buy replacement keycaps and change them. Not sure I'd particularly want to do that. I'm pretty fine with plastic, I guess. Some people will change them up for all funky design, stuff like that, which is cool. But I really do like this keyboard. As I said, I do like the fact that there's no kind of like faff around the edges or anything like that. It's nice. Happy with it so far. So yeah, I think we'll finish up this episode there. Thank you so much, or episode I guess, but video I guess would be more accurate. So thank you for watching,